I'm affiliated. 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 I'm affiliated with the folks. I'm affiliated with the Lords. I'm affiliated with the Stones. I'm affiliated with the Fours. I'm affiliated with the Bloods. I'm affiliated with the Crips. I'm affiliated with the Thugs. I'm affiliated with the shit. I'm affiliated. 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 I grew up in the streets and met some real niggas trying to find something to eat. And met some real bitches trying to find something to free. Got the plug on the weed, the got the plug on the heat. The beats, now we charging niggas for fee. We couldn't get free for nothing, now it's nothing for free. We used to get weed for hundreds, now we sell hundreds. And we used to keep heat in the house, now we keep heat under the seat. Trippy come from under the seat, put your bitch ass under a sheet. Bitch, I'm from the G. We moved the nap and got the plug, now we thugging in peace. We got that bag and now we laugh when it come to the beat. These bitches used to swear to God they wouldn't fuck us for free. And now these hoes dying trying to suck us to sleep. Keep that yay outside, run around with that K outside. Back when you can play outside, my niggas will stay outside. Just know on my grave I ride, every motherfucking day I grind. To the motherfucking day I die, disrespect the way that I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated, 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 I'm affiliated with the folks, I'm affiliated with the Lords, I'm affiliated with the Stones, I'm affiliated with the Fours, I'm affiliated with the Bloods, I'm affiliated with the Crips, I'm affiliated with the Thugs, I'm affiliated with the shit, I'm affiliated, 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 I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated, I'm affiliated. Group with the Lord got initiated. Club with the game and the syndicated. I be the case got vindicated. I'm with the shipment of gang gang. We on the streets on the chain gang. Blood out of we gang bang. We all is one of the same thing. Don't let this nigga go bang. Blast of the city, the woo woo. GD the grip of the suwu. Keep your KK and phone them. Really low money and bone them. Affiliated, we connected. Affiliated, we respected. Better not ever disrespect it. Baby coming to correct it. Affiliated like Concord. Pit block be the vice, Lord. Rapid like a money bag. Almighty or a body bag. Bitch, you know we going global. Bitch, you know we ain't low. Global thugs, our color green. Anything else, codeine.
This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or purpose use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All rights and credit go directly to its rightful owners. No copyright infringement intended. Enjoy. Oh yeah, on your way out, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, man. This is the Argument League. Turn up.
Well, it's no shine in the tail.
Snapping off film.
Yeah. Vanglorious Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United front.
Tell it.
What you want, what you want, what you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated.
The man is not allowed to fly a plane in his own country. But you want to convince the world that this man is not only a threat to his neighbors, but he is a threat to the entire human family. You are a liar. Liar. And the people are intellectual cowards who sit down and suck up this filthy lie.
Man, I've been rapping for a minute, I don't see how niggas hate on it. Swab Boss the greatest, motherfuckers should wait on it. Even if my album drops 10 years from now, nigga, it's gonna be the hardest album out 10 years from now, nigga. The Swab Boss, you niggas should see that shit. Whatever I am in the old niggas should be that shit. Whatever they say they gon' throw, I don't agree with it. Just add a couple of my O's and come at me with it, man, it's Swab Boss. The reason why these niggas get hauled off if 100 niggas die for this cause, it's a small cost. I'm trying to get my people on their feet again, nigga, but I'm back smoking weed, drinking Hennessy, nigga. And maybe that's why I'm not back on my shit. It's Swab Boss from 2-6 who moved out to the bricks, hooked up with Bingo from 5th. Now we know we does shit, now they know they should quit trying to make it hood rich. All that bullshit on your mind, ho, I wish you would spit. Niggas know what I'm about, and they wish I would flip. Niggas ask about a track, they wanna hear that shit, but when I ask to do a track, they don't commit that shit, man. And that's the type of shit that I don't say, man. Niggas know from the go that I don't play, man. Coming straight from the streets, and I can't straight, man. They ain't fucking with him, cause he don't pay, man.
Why are the Europeans so insecure about other people in the world? And why do you, after everywhere you go, you gotta kill and murder the rest of the people of the human family? Your history is written in the blood of the black, the brown, the yellow, and the red. Why are you so insecure? Do you know what brings about insecurity? What brings about insecurity is when you have a false concept of yourself. And the false concept of self is white supremacy. They believe that they are better because they are white. And as a result, see, when a man has that kind of silly mentality, Hitler had the silly mentality that the white man, the Aryan, is superior. So then at the Olympics, Jesse Owens kicks up all the Aryans. Hitler is outraged. He's angry.
That's very simplistic.
Yeah. Well, you need it to be simplistic. You need it to be extra simplistic.
You see, they can't even take
The reality, I know they can't handle. You know, look, when you take a brick, and you hurl the brick among a pack of dogs, only the dog who gets hit yelps. Think about it.
Shout out to the fam bam, man. Hope everybody doing good. Shout out to Bing on the track, Z on the cam. That's snapping off fam. Shout out to Solar Mind, the commissioner, Solar Vision Debate League, the greatest debate league on earth. Shout out to Knowledge Born Alive, Do the Knowledge Radio, Knowledge Born Alive YouTube. Shout out to the AOI, Gold Mine, Brandon Bay, Wiki Radical, Ampu, Pro Black, Ground Zero, and Hurricane Katrina, the King James 13, Anti-Bully Inc. Shout out to the judges. Shout out to the peers. Shout out to the reason we here, man. The people of SVDL. Welcome to the Argument League. Please hit that like button when you come in. Rabbi Lewis is in the building. And not just a regular building. This is a unique building. The tall, vicious, competing with the Stark Industries Avengers building, man. Y'all already know who he is from SVDL, but the people that's new to him over here at the Argument League, man, I'm going to set the narrative, and he could correct me, right? The man was a millionaire before he was even legal age. A billionaire inheritance. A writer of many books. I mean, book at the book at the book at the book. And the pages have numbers, I believe. The man can't even show his face because his face is trademarked. If he cut his camera on, he could sue him. Shout out to the big brother, none other than Rabbi Lewis. Everybody stand up. Give him a round of applause. What's going down with you, big bro? How you doing? How you feeling? That was spot on. That
Oh,
was spot on, brother. Big fan of you, Swap Boss. It's an honor to be on your panel.
that's what's up. I appreciate that. It's an honor. That is an honor. Real talk. Because I know you've been grinding, getting in, and doing your thing, man. You're an entrepreneur of amongst other things. You're a plethora of things. For take a second, introduce yourself to the world as if we never knew you.
Udu Amina Shaitan Rajim, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the especially merciful. I bear witness there's no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his messenger. And that's you always in the life from errors of my own ego. So Rabbi Lo Sekilu Islam. Honored to be on the panel. Yeah. If I would introduce myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so again, like you said, I'm a man in the air myself. I have a background in investment banking at Fidelity, social media marketing. I went to seminary school for Arabic studies. What did I forget? I've read over 30 books. And last but not least, yeah, I think that summed up.
Okay, that's it. That's it. What's it? And we're here to highlight a couple of those now. I know I got some links. Let me check this out. So yeah, hit that like button as y'all come in, man. Appreciate the family. Let me go to let me pull that one up. Let me put this one up. And hold on, I think you only sent me two, right? Okay. I think that's Christianity or Paulinity.
You want to pull up on the screen share? That's okay.
Okay, I got you. I'm just trying to make sure I get all of them. Did you send me 2 books or 3? The link.
Two. No, it was 2.
Okay. Christianity or Paulinity. Contradictions in Paul's writings exposed. This is one of his writings that he did. Tell us about this one right here.
Yes, certainly. Mashallah. So this new book I just finished yesterday, right? And essentially, you got background. Essentially, it's engendered around. Hold on. It's engendered around debunking Apostle Paul of Tarsus' letters as contradicting what Jesus of Nazareth set the temple for, right? So, like I said, in a nutshell, I show how Paul of Tarsus, the Apostle Paul, contradicts Jesus of Nazareth, what he gave the apostles and his followers.
Hey, that's deep. That's deep. Don't get it twisted. But you're of the what? Because you're Islam, right?
Correct. I'm a Shia Muslim. Correct.
You're a Mashiach Muslim. Explain the rabbinic in that because I want to connect it to what you are and what will make you take this stance and get into this type of development of information.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm 29. When I was 19, I went under rabbinical training. So I still call myself rabbi because I kept my same credentials after I took my shahada. So that explains that.
Okay, so the rabbi is more of a profession.
Yeah, I took rabbinical courses, but then I took my shahada about 4 years later. So I'm still a rabbi. I mean, that didn't change because I became a Muslim. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's hard. So now, because most Islam, they use the Bible, they use the Quran to confirm the Bible. So they're not against the Bible. They ride with the Bible, right?
Correct. But as we know, the book has been innovated, if you will.
Okay. That sounds like a politically correct way to say corrupted. But we won't get that. It's been innovated. There's been changes to it, updates, translations, all type of things. Certain things have been compiled with each other. But what is in question in this book right here is Paul's writings.
And I'll give you a little taste from the book if I could. People want a little taste of what's in it.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, sure. So, Jesus condemns Paul in his writings, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Paul says he was on the road to Damascus, correct? In Damascus?
Damascus, yes.
Yeah, he was on the road to Damascus and he met Jesus in a vision, right? Only issue with that is Jesus of Nazareth, right, gave admonition to his followers. He told them in English, Jesus says, if they tell you I'm in the desert, don't believe them. You're familiar with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told the apostles and his followers, if they tell you I'm in the desert, please don't believe that, right? What's the issue here, Lewis? Well, Damascus is a desert. So yeah, so Paul says he met Jesus on the road to Damascus, which is a desert, and Jesus told his apostles before he died, if they tell him in the desert, don't believe them. But then Paul says he met Jesus in Damascus in the desert.
So do you think that was prophetic? Like Jesus was saying, hey, watch out for Paul in a way. Do you
heck
think that
yeah,
was specifically aimed because he knew Paul would come with these claims?
correct. He knew Paul would be raising up. This is why Paul's not mentioned in the glorious Quran. Paul's not even mentioned in the Quran, not even one time. I wonder why. So, like I said, in a nutshell, because people say I talk fast. So, Paul says he met Jesus on the road to Damascus, which is surrounded by a desert, which is a desert, excuse me. And Jesus told his apostles, if they tell him in the desert, don't believe him. So he condemned Paul in his own right. But I got more, but go ahead.
Okay, and we will be opening the panel up for questions. Okay, y'all know how we do it on the argument league. Okay, so that's deep. That's deep. When did you write this book?
Yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, I just published it yesterday. So.
Oh, you just published it yesterday.
Well, it takes like
okay.
on Amazon, right? You like give you some perspective. It takes about 3 hours to publish a book. So like it'll take like 3 hours because it's like a screening process. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it takes like 3 hours to publish. So like that's what
Okay, that's hard. That kind of scared me. I said, "Where did you write the book?" Yesterday. All right, it was published yesterday. That's the ignorance of me thinking about not thinking about the process of writing a book. Okay, so have you got any criticism for your book? Who's come in Paul's defense and said you're lying? Has you got that yet?
No, like I said, it's fun. I just published it yesterday. So
nobody's
ready yet. Nobody's ready yet but me. So
Oh, snap. That's deep. So fuck with the boy. Go over there. Head over there. You know, it's up for sale on Amazon and Kindle or paperback, $9.99 on Kindle, $20 paperback. That's a nice little dub. You know, help solidify yourself as a writer. You say you're a writer of over 30 books. Wow. How did we end up here? Is there a system to your writing, or do you just have certain ideas and you follow them through?
yeah, they call me the scribe. I got the spirit of a scribe. But no, but like the writing process is interesting. Like I'm just I think. I'm sorry.
Mhm. I didn't say that.
Okay, yeah, I think guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Elon Musk who started PayPal go on book reading vacations. Even the CEO of TikTok, the company TikTok, who's a $44 billion guy, said he stepped down to read more books. My mentor is Tal Lopez, who's a multi-millionaire social media marketing guy, and he always instilled it in us, as his students to read. Leaders are readers. The best minds in finance go on reading vacations. They take vacations from work to read books. So he always instilled that into us.
That's hard. That's hard. Seems like the system been working for you. Okay, what give me something else. You said Paul said he met that Jesus came to him in a vision in Damascus. Damascus was a desert, and Jesus specifically said to his followers, hey, if they tell you it met you on 25th and Lincoln, don't believe them. Paul said, guess what? I was on 25th and Lincoln and saw Jesus. So that's a hard, concrete fact that I haven't heard nobody point out. What's another tidbit where you would be like, oh, that's kind of
Right.
questionable, Paul?
So in the book, at the same damn time, right? Excuse my language.
No, you good, you good.
Okay, yeah. So I have over 100 contradictions in the book. Paul contradicting Jesus, 100 examples, right? Let's give you some more, if I could, right?
Yeah.
One second. I wrote everything down so I won't forget. Here's some more from the book, right? Now this is about Jesus, though, not Paul, right? Can you hear me?
Yep.
The narrative says that Pontius Pilate. This is another context from the book. Pontius Pilate, the crowd was saying, kill Jesus, and he yielded to the crowd, right? And said, okay, F it, I'm gonna kill this guy, but his blood's off my hand, right? Feel with that story?
Yeah. Absolutely.
On the issue that if you read Josephus' work, The Antiquities of the Jews, you're familiar with that, right?
Absolutely.
He says that yeah, so this story is bogus. Innovation.
Josephus says that Pontius Pilate, was kicked out of Judea for his cruelty against the crowd. So Pilate and Josephus, right? He
Mm-hmm.
got kicked out of Judea because he used to beat people up in the crowd for opposing what he was saying. So Pilate would have never yielded to a crowd. Got background.
That was against his character.
Yeah, that was He according to Josephus, he got kicked out of Judea because he used to send guards in the crowd to beat people up for disagreeing with him. So that's out of character for Pilate. He would have never said, "Okay, forget it. I'm just going to give in to what the crowd has to say." That's not a story. That's ahistorical.
Wow. And I had saw a few places, and I think I heard you say this too. When Pontius had Jesus up there with Barabbas was his name?
You correct, Barabbas. Yeah.
And Barabbas' name actually translates to Jesus of Nazareth, or Jesus the Son, or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you heard me say that.
Yeah, I've heard you
Oh
say
yeah, yeah. I'm doing my work. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Barabbas means in Aramaic, son of the Father. So yeah, Jesus the Christ, and then Jesus Barabbas on trial at the same time. They had the same name. What's the odds of that? Like in Vegas, they say, scare money don't make money. But what's the odds in that?
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. So, I mean, that sounds like something like you did a lot of research. You got to understand the culture. You have to also go through, the other writings. There's only so many, right? If you're new to it, you go to Josephus, and then you got, Herodotus and stuff like that. So once you get familiar with these, you'll be able to match their testimonies up to the culture and the writing of the Bible. And so it conflicts right there when you say it's Pontius Pilate will sit up here asking the crowd, "My faithful people, what do you want me to do?" Like, nigga, you ain't never asked us what you want. You know what I'm saying? When we told you what we wanted you to do, if it was against what you wanted to do, you send soldiers out here to beat us up. And so that's another contradiction that would hold heavy. And that doesn't even seem arguable. If it's proven in the Antiquity of the Jews by Josephus, I mean, then yeah, that's a clear character class. So he was thrown out of that mug. That's crazy. That's hard, man. Christianity or Paulinity. Contradictions in Paul's writing exposed. And I've been hearing a few people, are questioning Paul. They say he speak against the laws. They say he moved in a way that the Old Testament, or at least Jesus' testimony, wouldn't stand next to. So who do you think Paul is? Do you think Paul is a real person?
This is it from Alta Jews work, the Legend of St. Peter by Alta Jews.
So
Alta Jews work, the Legend of St. Peter by Alta Jews. He's a published author.
okay. Well, I would, because that's what I was thinking. It was somebody writing and they just put it under the name Paul.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
Can
I
you hear
said
me?
familiar with Alta Jews work. The Legend of St. Peter by Alta Jews.
Alter Jews.
Yeah, Alta Jews work.
Yeah.
You
Well,
familiar with
that's
that?
great. Well, who was this dude?
Yes, he's an academic. He shows how the historians say that Paul was beheaded by Nero, right? Correct.
Uh-huh.
You familiar with that? Do you agree
Yeah.
with that or disagree?
Yeah.
Because you're a Hebrew Israelite, right?
Yeah.
You're a Hebrew Israelite, right?
No. I'm just black.
Oh, okay. Okay, excuse me. I thought you were Hebrew Israelite. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yes,
okay.
the narrative says that Nero beheaded Paul, right?
Yeah.
Emperor Nero. But that's been deconstructed. Like, quote out the Jews wrote to Let's say Peter, page 63, right? I have to quote my book. My other book is called The Search for the Historical Jesus, Possible Others Debunk. It's another book debunking Paul. I got 2 books debunking Paul, right? Can I hear me?
Yeah.
I got 2 books debunking Paul. So.
That's all right. That's all right.
He shows how those stories were made up by the Catholic Church. So, in a nutshell, the persecution of Christendom by the crucifixion of Christendom by the Romans is made up history by the Catholic Church. Yeah, believe it or not. So when it says Nero beheaded Paul, that story is proven to be bogus, made up history. When it says that you familiar with the Council of Avilia?
No, not the Council of Ilia.
So the council really is when they outlaw Christian art, right? Like you can't like make images like Christian images.
Depictions. Yeah. Okay.
But then the council Nicaea, you familiar with that, right?
Yeah. I'm
At
familiar.
Nicaea, they legalized Christianity and said, okay, you can make Christian art now. You see what I'm saying? Like in a nutshell, right? But according to Arthur Jew's work, Legend of Saint Peter, he shows how the persecution of Christendom by the Romans made up history actually. So which is interesting.
Okay, let me read this description right here. Christianity or Paulinity, contradictions in Paul writings exposed. In a nutshell, this is a workbook debunking the letters of Paul's, the false apostle of Jesus, the false apostle shots. In this read, we will be substantiating the fact that Paul was called a false prophet by Jesus. Puba? What is Puba?
Peace be upon him.
Oh, peace be upon him. Quran and much more Christianity has become Paulinity. Christians follow Paul more so than Jesus. Once again, so here we will prove Paul deviated from Jesus' teachings. Also, we explore some issues with the Gospels about the author. That's hard. Is that it? Oh, Rabbi Lewis is a polymath with a background in investment banking, Arabic studies, SMMA, parasitology. Nailed it. And veganism, animal activism, and of course, a published author. All right, that's cool. Anything else you want to touch on about this book? Keep this book in mind, people. I want y'all to have some questions about it before we move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give you one more from the book. So people who are
Let's
hungry.
get it. I don't want to get a whole book away, but I do want to
Yeah.
get as much as possible because it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and John the Baptist, who proclaimed Jesus the Christ in the womb of his mother. In fact, the narrative, the Bible says that he jumped for joy in the womb because Jesus, the Christ, was being born. You familiar with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so in Matt, what's it? The book of John, excuse me, chapter 1. John the Baptist is saying, Jesus is the Christ, and he was so happy that the Christ came. You know what I'm saying? He was so ecstatic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the Gospel of Luke, he's in prison in his later years in life, and he sends letters to the apostles saying, "Is this guy the real deal? Is he really the Messiah?" So one narrative, he's so sure he's the Messiah, he's proclaiming him as the Messiah. He said the Lamb of God is here and all that. But then in the Gospel of Luke, he's sending letters to Luke chapter 7. He's sending letters to the apostles saying, "Is this guy even the Christ or not?" So one narrative, he's proclaiming Jesus the Christ his whole life. He agreed that he was the Lamb of God and all that. Then in the Gospel of Luke, he's in his latter years, he's locked up in jail, and he sends letters to the apostles saying, "Is this guy the real deal or not?" So that's either he was crazy, he had dementia, he was schizophrenic, or this is a contradiction. And that's a little bit from the book.
That's hard, man. This is Christianity or Paulinity, contradictions in Paul's writings exposed. Shout out to the brother Rabbi Lewis. You already know, man. Hit that like button if y'all just coming in. Shout out to A9 and Champ. Karai the introvert. Shalimar Leah. Is that an I or yeah? That's an I. That's an I. Okay, my bad. Nehemiah Yashra No Holds Barred. Detroit Red Ring, who is 100% Torah. Astro 1Ls1, Devanya, Investing Out the Blues, subscribe. Melvin Jefferson, Judge Melvin Jefferson to be exact. Mongo Slade, Taz, exclusives, the GOAT, Rook of the Year. Table King, shout out to you, big dog. Going up. The Rob Wax Show. The Rob Wax Show. Okay, Green 101, shout out to you, New Era King. Queen's Throne, subscribe. J Cal, Spinny Sparks, Charzay, the Driller Gang, smoking on them dead ox. Bang, bang, gang, gang. I'm on you. Y'all Daniel, shout out to you. Maury Keeps. And General Yashar Free Spirit. Okay, so let's go over to this next read. Make sure y'all if you're interested in it, $9.99 on Kindle, $20 paperback, get it right in your hand. And you can sign it yourself. A self-autographed book. We're in the future, people. And here's the next one, right? This is another published writing. Was this published yesterday? August 26, 20. Okay, so it's been there. Okay. Were the Jews Negro or white? Black Hebrew Israelites debunked. This is gonna be a chest tightener. Bismillah or Rahman Rahim is the new Red Rabbi Lewis debunks as a picture that's been painted with the broad brush. Black Hebrew Israelites claim the Jews of Portugal and Europe were black because they were called Negroes in antiquity, which in a sense, as proven in the reading, is a fallacy. In the read, you will learn the fact that the read is endangered around the fact that engendered. I'm sorry. What is that? Engendered. Man, I ain't never used that word like that. The term Negro in the 15th through 19th century had a very different connotation in the day. In the broad sense of the term Negro, could and has been applied to Caucasians. And even Germans have also been used by Adolf Hitler, for example, who called Caucasians, quote, Negroes who had no pigment in their skin. Also, the Rabbi debunks bogus interpretations of black sentiment in Midrash. Hold on, bring that back down. Midrash and Talmud, like Rabbi Eleazar allegedly calling Shem, son of Ham, quote, black but comely, which is touted by Afrocentric circles and has been debunked. So, in a nutshell, in this read, you will learn the Jews were not black. Sorry, black Hebrew Israelites. This is Bahisism. BHIism. On trial, man. Shout out to Rabbi Lewis. Now I know for sure that this is a conversation that has magnitude to it, man, because they say, we got the 12 tribe chart, and we got the people to go against the 12 tribe chart, and we got the people come in and say Hebrews was a mixed multitude. Then you got people like me say they was crackers. Then you got but okay, so let's get into this. Were the Jews Negro or white, Rabbi Lewis?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, they were white.
Wow. They were white as we know it today. White as we use the term today. There was no black Hebrew Israelites?
No, the Jews were white. Let's prove that.
Let's get it.
Right. So this work, if I could go into the book.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, big dog?
If I could go into the book.
Yeah, go into the book.
Yeah, sure. So this is a critique of in a critical analysis to the prophets' work, right?
The Pentateuch for what?
To the prophets' work. The Hybrid Hate by To the Prophet, and I wrote another book.
Oh, To the Prophet. Yes.
So this is a critique and analysis to the prophets' work. To the prophets' work is what the black Hebrew Israelites use to say the Jews of Europe were black, right? That's the main book that they use. They say that the Jews up in Europe and Portugal and Spain were black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I reconstructed. Like, for example, I give you a taste of the book, right? To the prophets' work, the Hybrid Hate by To the Prophet, right? Like I said, this is the book in a nutshell that the Hebrew Israelites use to say the Jews of Europe were black, right? You with me?
Yep, I'm with you.
So, for example, To the Prophet, which I reconstructed his work in my book, he quotes Francos Maximus Mission's work. You remember his work?
Nope, never heard of him.
Francos Maximus Mission says in his book that the Jews were black. So the black Hebrews say, "Oh, this proved the Jews of Europe were black because Francos Maximus Mission's work says the Jews were black." Right? With me?
Mm-hmm.
So the only issue with that is, which I reconstructed in my book, Francos Maximus Mission's work is translated from French, like the language French, right?
From French, yeah.
And if you look at the word for black there in French, which I reconstructed in my book, the word there in French is basanti, right? The French word there is basanti for black.
Basanti.
Which actually translates as swarthy, not black. And here's the issue with the word swarthy. If you look at the word basanti, which means swarthy in today's time, it actually means a tan complexion. So when it calls the Jews black, the French word there is basanti, which means a tan white complexion. So again, and To the Prophet mistranslates Franco's mission's work as saying the Jews were black, like we see today, like black today, like like dark skin with the hair, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you look at in French, which I reconstructed in my book, the word there is basanti in French, which means a tan white skin complexion. So when he was calling the Jews black, it's not, we say black today, he was calling them tan skinned Europeans. Let's give you more.
Like Charlton Heston playing Moses.
Yeah, right. So he had a tan. They like basanti doesn't mean black. We see black today. It means like a tan complexion, like a European with a tan skin complexion. And furthermore, this was a minority view that the Jews were basanti anyway. So most scholars agree they were just white. with no tan skin, right? But anyway, right? I don't know if you want to address that. You on mute, brother.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I had coughed. I didn't want to be rude. I said, no, I'm round with you. I don't hear shaking the tree yet. You good.
Yeah. So Basanti, again, in French, it means tan complexion,
Pardon.
not black.
Yeah.
But whoever translated Franco's work to the prophet's work mistranslates the word Basanti in French as black, which is, of course, is for nefarious reasons. But anyway, I give you more from the book. The Jews of Europe were not black; they were white. But let's see more. Okay, what else I got here? Yeah. So Afrocentrics like Wesley Muhammad, Wesley Muhammad, PhD,
Yeah. Shout out to Wesley Muhammad.
and other Afrocentric scholars. I have a little background. It calls Rabbi Eliezer says the Jew, Shem was black but comely. You familiar with that, right? And Ham was black as a raven. You familiar with that?
Yeah. Yep.
That's Rabbi Eliezer's work, which I reconstructed in my book. That all rabbis, 90% of rabbis don't venerate his work. Rabbi Eliezer's work. His work is from the 9th to 10th century, I believe. And most rabbis reject his writings. So when Rabbi Eliezer said, the Jews were black but comely, the Shem was black but comely, and Ham was black as a raven, and all that, and Shem and Japhet was fair skinned. That's Rabbi Eliezer's work, which has been reconstructed linguistically, as I reconstructed in my book. Most rabbis reject his writings, so his writings are bogus, right? But let's give you some more. The black
He turning in his grave.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I said he turning in his grave.
Oh, yeah. Eliezer's hermeneutic has been debunked in my book, and I give you some more, right? The black people said, "Look, Tacitus writings, right?"
Tacitus, yes.
Tacitus said the Jews were Ethiopian, Lewis. So that proves they were black. Well, that's parroted by Rudolph Winston wrote Babylon and Timbuktu, correct? What's the name of that book?
Babylon and Timbuktu. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Who was that?
That was Rudolph Winston, I believe.
Yeah, that's a deep book. So in there they claim that the Hebrews was black.
Correct, which has been debunked in my book. So
which has been debunked in this book right here, where the Jews Negro were.
Yeah, Tacitus says the Jews were Ethiopian, Lewis. So were they white? But then we have, the Mishnah. We have Rabbi Ishmael from the 2nd century, right? You familiar with that? Rabbi Ishmael's work?
Nope, not from the 2nd century.
He's from 2nd century AD. He said that the Jews were neither Germani nor Cushi in his writings, right? Now, so he said the Jews were neither Germani nor Cushi. They were skin complexion in between Germani and Cushi. Germani means like a German, like a German person is, right?
Yeah.
So Rabbi Ishmael said the Jews were neither Germani nor Cushi. Now, Cushi means black. So, according to Rabbi Ishmael's work, the Jews of the 2nd century were neither white or black. They were a complexion in between both, right?
Yeah.
So he said, again, Rabbi Ishmael in the 2nd century said the Jews were neither Germani nor Cushi. So they were neither white or black. They were complexion in between both. They were like Mediterranean looking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to use the term Middle Eastern because that term didn't exist in 1915. Which you understand, right?
Yeah.
So the word Middle East didn't exist until the 1900s. So we won't use that. We use the word Mediterranean, right? Or like Levant corridor, right? Okay.
That's deep. So if he say there's neither white nor black, you said like the Mediterranean. Mm-hmm. Is that
like we call Middle Eastern today? Like they were like a Middle Eastern.
So that's like a mix, right?
Yeah, they were like, that's what the word Semite means, like semi, like in between black and white. But here's the last point, and then I'll say you want to address that.
That's deep. I didn't even put that together. Semi. Yeah, that's hard.
So, like I said, Rabbi Ishmael said the Jews were neither of his time Germani nor Cushi. So when Tacitus said the Jews were Ethiopians, Rabbi Ishmael's work contradicts that sentiment because he said they were neither Germani nor Cushi, but a complexion in between both black and white, which would be like a Mediterranean complexion, like an Arab, like you see Arabs today, like modern day Arabs. Excuse me.
Modern day Arabs, which are just mixed people.
They are mixed people. I agree, but I'm saying what we call Arab today, like like the average Arab you see today, not you know what I'm saying.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep because we clearly see the Israelites. I know it's an insult for them to be called Black Hebrew Israelites. I hear them ask, why don't you call the other ones White Hebrew Israelites? And I get that sentiment. So for the purpose of my respect for them, I won't be going into Black Hebrew Israelites. But when I say Hebrew Israelites, I am talking about the black people who identify as Hebrew Israelite or Israel, because we see them growing. We see them, not just the camps on the corner, but we see, also we see black people saying we're the people of this book. We were the Israelites. We're Israel. We're Judah. I did my blood test. The migration patterns matched me back to Yoruba or something like that. We them people. Who else came in on ships into Egypt, which means bondage, which is exactly what America is. And then here come Rabbi Lewis with his 30th book telling you the Hebrew Israelites were white. So you not even saying they were mixed. He's saying they were dead white. You're going to get some pushback on that, right? This book been out, though, right? For about a month?
No, about a week.
Oh, about a week. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you still ain't got the repercussions and consequences of putting this out yet.
Can I address that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so, we know the Jews were white because they mixed with the Hittites, which Hittites were blonde hair, blue-eyed. So we know some of the Israelites look white because they were mixing with the Amorites and Hittites. And the Amorites and the Hittites were white, with blue hair, blue-eyed, blonde hair. The Hittites and Amorites were white. So we know some of them were white because they mixed with the Hittites, right? Let's give you more. Hello?
Yeah, we here.
So you remember when Abraham and Sarah, in a nutshell, went to Egypt, and Pharaoh was like, I want to marry Sarah, and then Abraham told him, Sarah's my sister, right?
Yeah.
Well, is this true, though? Well, in the Mishnah, which is a Jewish book, right? If you with the Mishnah, right?
Yeah.
The Mishnah says that they were in the land of the ugly blacks, right? So in the Mishnah, it calls the Egyptians ugly blacks, and that Sarah and Abraham were in the land of the ugly blacks, and that's why Pharaoh wanted Sarah, because she was fair-skinned. Checkmate. So that proves Abraham and Sarah were not black, because the Mishnah says they were in the land of the ugly blacks, and that
Well, how you know that Sarah and Abraham weren't the beautiful blacks?
Because the Midrash says again that first of all, Sarah was 80 years old at this time, so it'd be far-fetched for him to want an 80-year-old woman, a 90-year-old woman, which makes no sense to me. But anyway, but the Mishnah the Mishnah was like 90 years old, bro. Why would you want a 90-year-old woman? I don't get that, but that's just my opinion. But like I said, it says that they were in the land of the ugly blacks, and that Pharaoh wanted her because she wasn't black. And that says it right in the Mishnah. I have to quote my books. You can find the quote. And I got a lot more to say. She just said Nails just said. Can you put that back up? So what she said?
She said the Hittites were blonde, but descendants of Canaan.
Yeah. So
she put defendants, but I'm assuming she meant descendants.
Yeah, descendant. Right. I'm pretty sure that's what she meant. Right. So like, in a nutshell, that's called the Hamitic hypothesis, which has been reconstructed in my book. The Hamitic hypothesis is essentially saying that the descendants of Ham were black, which has been reconstructed. He had a son. He had a son named Put, Canaan, Mitzrayim. What did I miss? Put, Canaan, Mitzrayim. What's the other one? Swab?
Canaan, and I'm drawing a blank. Get it in the chat. Hey, what's that? The 3 spots.
Yeah, it's Put, Canaan, and Mitzrayim. I forgot the other one. Excuse me. Oh, and Cush. Excuse me, and Cush.
Cush.
Yeah.
How we forget Cush?
I forget, right? Yeah. That's called the Hamitic hypothesis, which again has been dismissed by mainline scholarship. In fact, and I say this in George Morton Smith, who was a ethnologist in the 1800s, said that the Egyptians were white, and that the cranial he did cranial studies with George Gideon, and he was essentially saying, like, right with me?
Yeah.
He was saying the Egyptians were at the time were white. They had the cranial studies of the pharaohs, and they were white, but the slaves in Egypt were black, were Negroes. And the Negroes matched the slaves anyway.
I'm with you. Oh, my bad. Take a second. Man, hit that like button out there, man. This is the Argument League. Let me go ahead and get a little advertisement out there right quick.
I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated.
Oh, you know what that is? That's an insect here called a semi in Japan. Give me 1 second, please.
Go ahead. Oh man, Julie got on.
Go ahead.
Let me get that.
Boop. Rabbi Lewis, you there? Need another second? Got another second for you.
Yeah, sure. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Shout out to you. Yeah, we hanging in there, man. Hit that like button and make sure y'all hit that like button. If you want to subscribe. Rabbi Lewis in the building. All right, let's get some more about this right here, man. I want to get into this. So
Yeah, I had a question for the Hebrew Israelites.
You said who?
I had a question for the Black Hebrew Israelites listening.
Let's get it.
So
Listen up.
You guys have to prove that E1B1A, which is the dominant haplogroup, which is EM2, if I'm not mistaken, African Americans carry EM2, EP1A, E1B1A, is a Levant corridor haplogroup from the Levant corridor, or a Semitic haplogroup. You have to prove that. You have to prove that the J haplogroup, which most Ashkenazis and Sephardic Jews carry, is not Semitic. So there'll be two burden of proof will be to prove, again, E1B1A is Semitic from the Levant corridor. Prove that, and prove that the J haplogroup, which I believe, don't the Limber tribe have J haplogroup? Is that true?
I don't know about the haplogroup.
Yeah, I believe that the Labemba tribe, which are black South Africans, have the J haplogroup, proving that they're Jewish. So the black Israelites in America would have to prove that the E1B1A marker is Semitic, and that the J haplogroup is, which most Jews have, is not Semitic or European. So,
okay, ask him one more time. Ask him one more time, so even I can get it. Listen up, Israelites out there. The J marker, the E1B1A, right? Haplogroups, all this genetic. Let's go. Say it again. Ask him again, and
yes,
I want y'all to. I need an answer out this chat.
Mm-hmm. So most Jews and Arabs have the J haplogroup. So they have to prove that the J haplogroup is not Semitic or Levant corridor. And furthermore, most African Americans have EM2, E1B1A haplogroup on Y chromosome. They have to prove that that haplogroup is Semitic and not Sub-Sahara or African Horn, because I believe the Bantu expansion happened. They E1B1A, but they came from South Africa, not the Levant. So the Bantus again came from South Africa, I believe. They're from the African Horn. They migrated to West Africa 10,000 years ago, and they E1B1A. So you have to prove that E1B1A didn't come from Sub-Saharan Africa and came from the Levant, which is unfounded by science. Again, people start to talk fast, so you have to prove the Bantu expansion, right? You feel with that, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Bantus, according to my research, they came from either Nigeria or they came from the African Horn, Sub-Saharan, South Africa. You know what I'm saying? So they have to prove that the E1B1A marker came from the Levant, not from South Africa, the African Horn.
Y'all got to prove that E1B1A marker came from the Levant and now South Africa.
Correct.
Hey, Battle Wax Akmalak, is you listening? This helping your case, because they say that the Holy Land isn't in the Levant, it's in South Africa.
Really? They teach that the Holy Land is in South Africa.
Yeah, they say that because when you read in the Bible, it say they went up out of Egypt, south or something like that, or up or something like that. Where the way that this word is E1B1A. He said A1A. All right. Shout out to Taz, man. Subscribe. Please subscribe to Taz, man. I promise you'll be satisfied. Yeah, they say the way that they described it, they came up out of Egypt. They say that don't say going to the Levant. That say going into what we thought was down, but which is not down. It's up because they reversed it. So yeah, they teach that the Holy Land.
The Negev. Is that what you mistake?
The Gap.
The Negev Desert. Is that what you?
Oh yeah, I don't know exactly the details. Whether Battle Axe Akmalak, if you in there, when I open the panel up, hit the link. But I know that a few of the Israelites is banging with them because they say y'all going the wrong way. We supposed to be going to South Africa.
Oh, so essentially they're saying that the Levant, the Jerusalem was not in the Levant, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard this. I've heard this before by black people. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now let me get that answer to the what's the name. Tell the truth. Okay, because I see they're hungry. You're not gonna be able to type it in the chat. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna let y'all, because y'all gonna ask him some questions. But when y'all hit this panel, I want this question answered. We gonna see if y'all really about what that y'all we talking about. This is the Argument League. Shout out to Solar Vision, the Bake League. Make sure y'all subscribe. Please, literally do, let me put that link out there, matter of fact, and show the page, because season 6 is starting right around the corner. Don't think I'm playing. Season 6, my mind doing 3 things. Season 4 starts on September 6th. I was bullshitting. Season 4 starts September 6th. It's a doubleheader. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Swab Boss, yes, myself, going up against Akmalak of One Nation Set Apart. In the discussion, are mixed people black? He says yes, I say no. And then come right back for the second half of that doubleheader at 9 o'clock. We got Taz exclusive to GOAT, Rookie of the Year, going up against T-Duckin, T-Duck, the Messianic Israelite West Coast and bartender. That discussion is the conscious community a detriment to black consciousness? T-Duck says yeah. T-Duck says no. Taz says yes. So make sure y'all come through for the season opener, man. Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Bow. Okay, I think Blue beat me to it. I appreciate it, Blue. That's what I'm talking about in the building. The peers working together. All right, now let's get back to this conversation, and then I'm gonna open up the panel in about 4 more minutes, man. So I know you licking your chops. Calm down. Calm it down. All right, let's go. Let me get another pork. We're not pork chop. We don't eat pork. Let me get another Stegosaurus rib up out of that book right quick. Give me another small tit link that you can throw out there to agitate them. Prove that the Israelites were white. That's what I want to know. Fuck them not being black. Sure, okay, cool. They not black. But prove they white. You on mute.
My bad. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I took a bathroom break.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prove that the Israelites were white.
Yeah. Again, like I said, this is a critique of To the Prophet's work. To the Prophet, this is about the Jews of Europe, particularly. To the Prophet was trying to draw a parallel. My background noise. To the Prophet was trying to draw parallels between the plight of the Jew and the plight of the African American. That's what the book's kind of about, right? Like trying to give comparisons to the plight of African American people during the slave trade and the Jews of World War II or whatever, World War I, World War II. So, like I said, I reconstructed in the book To the Prophet's letters, showing you that a lot of his translations come from the French sources from the 1800s, and a lot of these letters have been grossly mistranslated, and that's essentially what the book's about. But although I do go into other history, like I said, go ahead.
What inspired you to write this book? Did you just come across his work and say, this is insanely bogus? Or did you find something out and then you follow down a trail? What inspired this book?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm 29, but I was black when I came to 17. I used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, right? I was a pothead, right?
Yeah.
I came to Terrence McKenna. Terrence McKenna?
Yeah, you good.
I see Terrence McKenna.
Oh, do I know? I thought you. Do I know Trans McKenna?
Terrence McKenna's work.
No. I read none of the books you read.
Terrence McKenna was an ethnobotanist. Like a botanist is somebody who studies plants. He's a profession. He was an ethnobotanist who studied plants. I used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, and I became a student of Terrence McKenna, who was a pothead, a renowned pothead, and he was a
renowned pothead.
He was a ethnobotanist. He used to study plants. So I came to his work at 17. Then I started studying Zeitgeist by Peter Joseph. Then I became a Black Israelite. So I was a Black Israelite from 17 to like 26, and then I became a Muslim. So this is inspired by years of research.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's hard. So this been a long time coming, long time in the work. So it should be a very well read, well written, good read, informative, clear thoughts of a book. Man, support the brother. Like I said, man, he been putting in work, since he was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? He doing the right thing. He trying not to do the wrong thing. He could be out here flipping them pies, running up in your crib, getting you for what you got. But he took a whole nother route. And now the man is writing books to pay bills, man. Y'all gotta, pat
So
that on the
please, Black
back.
Hebrew Israelites, please, Black Hebrew Israelites, please buy the book. And please give me a call. We can set up a hangout if you want to critique it or whatever. You know the brothers from Source Debate League, right?
Yeah, we familiar with them.
I don't know if you guys are cool or not. But brother Yeshua agreed to review my book
I don't
live
know
on the
who you're
show. So
talking about.
Nah, shout out to the Source Debate League. They cool. Go ahead, bro. Finish your thought.
yeah, so that he agreed to review my
Blue in
book
the
live on
building.
this show when he gets a chance. So, like I said, if you guys want to read the book, man, hit me up. Hit me up, and we can do a show critiquing it.
Okay, all right. So I'm the link is out there. Any of the peers want to come on, ask a question. Any respectable friends at the channel. No clowns, please. No clowns. I don't care how much I know you or don't know you. You gotta go. All right. And then we could get into some shit. Cause I'm going over that audio from Judah stream the other night. Cause it was so ridiculous. I'm on y'all head. And then we got the ladies panel coming up. What time, baby? Whoa, 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 whoa. About 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay here for that and support the ladies because us men been on some bullshit. You know, we've been a little too comfortable out here, and some of us have even went out there and molested some kids. So now it's time to do a cleansing and bring it back. Hey. Mama want to talk to us. She cooked. He said it's time to come listen to how the fuck she feels. So your mama and your sister and your daughter and your female cousin and your aunties finna sit down and we're gonna see what's up with that, man. So shout out to everybody out there. I got the first question, then we're gonna let Blue get into it. And remember, had that y'all need to answer that question about the E1B1, the sin proving that the J marker come from the Levant or not. He'll say it again. But I want to ask you this because we ain't got a copy of your book. And I don't know what book it was. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. I don't know what book it was, but it didn't have page numbers. Do these books have page numbers?
Yes, they do.
They got
one of my books. Yeah, if I respond to that, brother Swap.
It was one of the older books. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's got homosexual. So I forgot somebody bought that book. Who was it?
Oh yeah, it's God homosexual. Yeah, Anonymous Hebrew bought it.
Oh, that's yeah. I remember we debated on that. But that book didn't have any page. That was like 4 years ago. But I took that book down and re-uploaded it with page numbers. So that explains that.
What? Make sure
books,
y'all go back and get the new improved page numbered. Was Jesus a homosexual?
Was God a homosexual Council Creed Church
records? God? Wait, what?
Is God a homosexual Council Creed Church records?
Is God, the creator in the universe, a homosexual?
Correct. Question mark. Council Creed Church records. So all my new books have praise numbers in them. That was a book I wrote maybe 4 years ago. All my latest books, the last 20 books, all have page numbers. So sorry about that.
I bet for sure, man. Ain't no thing, man. You know what, man? We black. I'm assuming you black. You never showed your face. You used to have a white person as an avatar. I think that's for marketing. You know what I'm saying? So I just say I am lenient with black people with their business. If you know, you got a year. You got a year. You got to after that. It's supposed to look better. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all
that
good.
book was I wrote that back 4 years ago when I first started writing. I forgot to put page numbers in it, so I had to re-upload it. But all my new books, the last 20 books I've written, all have page numbers. So.
He promised. All right, let's get it, man. Amber in the building, Blue in the building. Blue, what's good with you? You want to let the lady go first? You're gonna be a gentleman. And you're gonna be a side.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a step back. Go ahead.
All right.
Probably to the
Thank
other
you,
side, my
Blue.
sister.
What's good with you?
Thank you, Suave.
And
Yeah.
Katrina, I don't know why she don't say it to the mic instead of here. You go talk to her like you love
Oh, wow.
her. She said you better be on that panel tonight because she put herself out there. Shay, ladies panel tonight, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Right?
All right.
Strippers, male strippers. Okay. Look at
Oh,
you. All right, my bad. Go ahead. Rabbi Lewis, it's all yours, Neil.
hey, thank you. Hey, Rabbi Lewis, I got a question for you. You said that the Hittites were blonde hair, blue eyed people. Do you know that blonde hair, blue-eyed people mostly have that Rh negative Germanic blood? Are you aware of
Right.
that?
Shalom, sister. How you doing? Yeah, I'm aware of
Okay.
that.
Okay. And if if they're Canaanites, are they considered Africans?
That's called the Hamitic hypothesis, which is that Ham was black. He had 4 sons who were black. That's the Hamitic hypothesis, which has been debunked.
The bump.
Okay, so but you know that the whole Germanic thing of that bloodline was not to mix that one drop rule. They started that one drop rule. So are you saying that the Israelites are those blonde hair, blue eyed people where they're not supposed to mix their seed with anybody?
Hold on.
I'm
Let's see.
gonna make a change.
Yeah, it says this is according to Chamberlain's work. Chamberlain from 1911, page 387 says, because even earlier the Jews were already a product of interbreeding. It's called the Chamberlain's work, right? You can find this in my book. The Jews mixed with the Hittites as well, with the tall, fair, blue-eyed Amorites from the Indo-European. Excuse me, the Amorites, not the Hittites. The Amorites were tall, fair, blue-eyed. The Amorites, excuse me, not the Hittites.
So were the Amorites a part of the Canaanites?
You tell me.
Because people say that El is a Canaanite god, and if you're saying the Canaanites were blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, then you're saying that black people are serving the god of the Canaanites, El, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed group.
Okay, you familiar with the Ugaritic text?
Enlighten me. Which part?
So there's something called the Ugaritic text he discovered in 1929. The scholars, right? So, academics, and they show in the writings. I wrote a book called Yahweh, the Son of El, the Pagan Orders of God. One of my other books, right? I wrote 30 books, and how Yahweh was El's son. Yeah, so Yahweh and El today are the same God, but in antiquity, Yahweh, Yahweh, right? The Tetragrammaton.
Yes, I'm very familiar.
Yahweh was the son of El, not El himself. Now today, Yahweh and El are the same deity, but in antiquity, according to the Ugaritic text he discovered in 1929, right? They showed that, and I show in my work that El was Yahweh was El's son. So actually, Yahweh and El are not the same deity. That was his son.
Okay, but I'm saying, okay, but what I'm saying is if you're saying that these are blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, then you're saying that black people are serving a blonde-haired, blue-eyed god, or a god that was for those specific people.
Right, as I said, El had 72
and were
sons.
the Amorites Canaanites?
Right, hold on. 2 things. So to address the Canaanite question. The first question, El had 72 sons. One of his sons was named Yahweh. So Yahweh was El's son. The Tetragrammaton was El's child. Today they're the same God, which is, I don't know, some scholar conflated the 2 narratives. Hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. This is from, let me give you the source here, excuse me. The Picture History of Civilization, I believe the book is called. Hold on. You guys there?
Yeah, we there waiting on you. You good? Go ahead. I got a little song.
Cool.
Did he leave?
All right, we ready? Hey, Amber dropped off. Rabbi, we waiting on that answer for that. What was it? Hittite question.
Yeah, so I don't know. What, she fell off?
Yeah, I think she fell off. You knocked out or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe she'll come back.
Okay. Well, there's a book called The Picture History of Jewish Civilization. It's an excellent book you should read. The Picture History of Jewish Civilization says that Abraham and his people, and I quote, resembled the Canaanites, right? So the book Picture History of Jewish Civilization is an excellent book. It's called Abraham and his people resembled the Canaanites. So I built the case that the Canaanites were white.
Damn. She pulled back up. There it is. Did you hear his answer?
I didn't hear his answer. Sorry, my phone went dead.
Hey, can you break that down one more time for the people in the back, please?
Inshallah. So the book is called, you familiar with the book Picture History of Jewish Civilization? I forgot who wrote that.
No, I don't need any book. I just want you to answer my question.
Yeah, so the book, the Picture History
And
of
it's
Jewish
okay to say
Civilization.
that you don't know.
I think he gave you the source of the answer before he gave you the answer, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called the Picture History of Civilization, Jewish Civilization. Excellent read. It says that Abraham and his people resembled the Canaanites. And I just pulled
Okay,
the
so you're
the
saying the
Abraham.
Canaanites are white and that Abraham and his people were white.
Yeah, that's I've already proved that.
Okay.
I proved that
All
30
right.
minutes ago.
Prove. All
So
right.
where are you getting this
Blew up.
distinction? Yeah, where are you getting this look of the Amorites? Like, how do you know what they look like exactly? Where is that source at?
Yeah, I got the source. It's Chamberlain's work. Hold on, let me pull it back up.
You said Chamberlain's?
Yes, a scholar named Chamberlain. Chamberlain. He's from 1855, 1920. Got background noise.
Yeah, he a little bit outdated, bro.
Oh yeah,
You
Blue
might
gonna have a
want to have
little
some
bit of
trouble with that one.
Blue gonna have a little bit of background noise. You gotta just suffer through it. I know you got them crystal
Oh
clear.
yeah, I muted.
Yeah, Chamberlain's work. He lived from 1855 1927. It says he denigration of the Jews as a mongrel race cannot be disputed. But how important is their alleged blackness or racial be with Africans in this anti-Semitic exaggeration? Chamberlain says, and I quote Chamberlain in my book, Chamberlain lived from 1855 to 1927. He talks about how the Jews were a mongrel race who mixed with the Amorites, who were tall, fair, blue-eyed Caucasians. This according to Chamberlain's work again.
Okay, and what do you know that? Like, what did he base his theory on? So how did he come to that conclusion? He did that with archaeology because he's a long way. Oh, he's a lot closer to my time than he is to the Amorites. So I'm trying to figure out exactly in the 1800s how did he figure out what the Amorites look like as a whole?
It might be Schumacher, and I'll respond to that. Inshallah. So he's quoting an anthropologist named Felix von Lucian. You familiar with his work?
You familiar with his work?
Yes, yes.
You have Felix von Lucian's work?
Phyllis von Lucius, yes, he's familiar with it.
Oh, okay, you familiar with his work. Okay. He said he's an anthropologist. Felix von Lucian said, and I quote, he's a physician anthropologist. He said, and I quote my book, I quote him, the Jews are descended from real Semites, secondly from Aryan Amorites. Let's read that again. This is the anthropologist Felix von background on.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. Go
The
ahead, bro.
anthropologist Felix von Lucian's work. He said, and I quote my book, the Jews are descended from real Semites, secondly from Aryan Amorites, thirdly and chiefly from the descendants of the old Hittites. These are the three most important elements in the Jew, and comparing this other admixtures are of very little account. So he's highlighting, right, in a nutshell, how the Israelites were mixing with the Amorites, who were Aryan, and the Hittites. So,
Right, but see, this is where we're gonna have. See, I don't all the way disagree with you on that. I do believe that the father was Amorite, the mother was a Hittite, or whatever that way is. Maybe I said it backwards. So I do understand that part. But the issue I'm having is see, my argument would be that they were Eurasian and weren't white
Whoa.
or black.
Go! You better jump, Nikki. Why didn't you jump?
Why did you jump? What's up, Blue? You want to repeat that, bro?
I'm saying that they were Eurasian and not white or black.
What you think about that, Rabbi?
well, how would you identify Eurasian, particularly phenotypically?
As a Eurasian, somebody that is Euro and Asian mix. Hello. All right. How you doing?
Did you hear his answer, Rabbi?
Yeah. So let me respond to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Domo MVP in the building. Don't get it twisted, put in the wrong direction, missing, screwed or fucked up. What's good with you, big bro?
political
Man,
plug.
man, hey, I wanted to make sure my nigga Blue picked up where I left off the other day with that nigga Asiatic. I ain't forgot about that shit. My phone died, so I wasn't able to continue that conversation. You know what I'm talking about, though, don't you, Blue?
Nah, he don't know what you talking about. Rabbi, you got that answer, big dog?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
All
There's
right,
a
let's
scholar
eat.
named Knox. He lived in the 1850s. Knox, if I go respond to that, I'm having mutual mics. Knox himself admits that the Jews were placed by
Nigga, you mute
theorists.
your mic, nigga.
Hold on. This is a presentation.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but
No,
shit,
I'm not
nigga.
telling.
Rabbi
Hold
Lewis ain't
on.
about to tell me to mute my mic. I'm just.
No, all I'm saying, I told him the
You know,
background noise
Rabbi
might be
got
there.
those super duper earphones, man. He
Yeah, that's
hear
what I'm saying. He
everything. He
got them
like
extra
G-Con.
clear.
He go
Yeah,
G-Con.
G-Con used to get on my
Excuse?
nerves with that stuff.
Who is that?
Like a little bit of background gonna be there. We ain't gonna fall down on stairs or nothing with you. But I swear, if I set my cup down, you're like, it's a background noise. Turn your shit down. Okay, go ahead with the information. Though. I appreciate it. I apologize for the ignorant,
Yeah, sure. It's all good.
college educated. You know what I'm saying? He went to school. He don't know how to act.
Yeah, nigga. Let me.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, sure. No problem, guys. All good in the hood. So I got four. We give you four scholars the Jews were white. Now make it quick. Quote from my book page, page 13. 78 pages. This book. It says, however, Knox himself, scholar named Knox, right, admits that the Jews were placed by theorists with the so-called Caucasian race and at the head of the Caucasian family. Now Knox said that 1850. That I read again. Placed by theorists with the so-called Caucasian race and the head of the Caucasian, saying Knox said the Jews were Caucasian. Let's read more. Indeed, none of the major race theorists of the late 18th, 19th century shared Knox's views. The Scottish polygenist Lord Keynes, 1696 to 1782, brings the white Jews of Koken. There was some white Jews in India called the Koken as evidence against climatic determinism. Even though they have lived in India since time immemorial, they have the same complexion they have in Europe or whatever. So, okay, the French nationalist Georges Cuvier, just like Lawrence mentioned above, the Jews were part of the Caucasian variety. So Georges Cuvier, 769-1832, said, like Lawrence, the Jews were part of the Caucasian variety of man. The American, that's the last point. I won't give the whole book away. The American scholar researcher Samuel George Martin, 1799-1851, considered the Jews to be part of the Arabian family, but stresses the black Jews of Koken are not Jews by nation, but only conversion. So there was some black Jews in Koken who were actually not really did convert. So that explains why they look black. The Jews of Koken.
The Jews of Coke.
Yeah,
Coke and
it
what?
says the Jews of Koken were not Jewish by nation, only convention. Because the Jews of Koken are black, but they weren't actually, they were converts, not real Jews.
Know about no Jews of Coke, and you give me the Jews of weed, and we got shout out to Afro Asiatic 19, Afro Asiatic in the building, and Mazan. That might be Jake the Great.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, see.
Peace, brother Suave.
All right,
Peace,
peace to you,
family.
peace to you. Blue,
We
you
got
good, big
we
dog?
got unfinished business, Asiatic. We
Hey.
got unfinished business.
Blue, you got another question? Give him a second, cause you know he be at the gig of McGee, dude, with the bigger dude. Nope, they saying Amber's
Yeah,
guilty
yeah.
though. I'm letting you know.
What was? I didn't really catch his. What was his response to my Eurasian point? I might have missed that part.
Okay, you said and your Asiatic point was that they wasn't white nor black, they was Asiatic.
Eurasian.
You're Asian. So you
Yeah,
want him to reply to that again.
yeah, yeah.
Uh
What
yeah.
was his reply to that?
What
Was
was your
what I
response to his response? Oh, he asked you how would you identify that? And then what did you say? You said you identify by what?
as somebody that as Euro people and Asian people together.
Rabbi Lewis, what you think about his expression is that they were Eurasian people, a mixture of Europeans and Asians.
Yep.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I'm
Yeah,
finna mute him out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Chamberlain, again, lived in 1855 to 1927, said that the Jews had mixed. It says, Because urban early Jews were already a product of interbreeding with the Hittites as well, as significantly with the tall, fair, blue-eyed Amorites. So he was saying Chamberlain's work said he lived in 1855 to 1927. In his work, he shows how the Amorites were tall, fair, blue-eyed, and that the Jews had mixed significantly with the Amorites. He lived in the 1800s. And also you got Felix von Lucian's work, who was an anthropologist in the, let me give you the date for Lucius. Felix von Lucian lived from 1854 to 1924. He was an Australian doctor, anthropologist, explorer, archaeologist, and ethnographer.
Yeah, he threw a bunt. Amber, you just came off mute. You trying to swing again? You good?
I just feel like my questions weren't really quite answered. I think
I
that
think Blue feels the same way. Blue, do you feel the same way?
Like what?
Do you feel like he answered your question, sir?
I don't get that.
Yeah, I think he answered.
Okay, I'm sorry for misassuming. Amber, what was the question you felt he didn't answer clearly?
I was relating the whole Amorites and the Canaanites and the Hittites, right? Is he saying that that's one group that is considered blonde hair, blue eyed, and then again going back to the whole Rh negative Germanic tribe, which Hitler tried to preserve, and he was the one that said that they were basically the chosen people, which is why they tried to wipe out all the other people, and they are the most rarest bloodline on the planet, the Rh negative blood. Those are the same people that go back into, the whole Antarctic and, secret societies and all these different things. So I'm wondering if that's who he's saying that the true Jews are.
Like this, Swap, share your screen real quick. Type in Google with the
man, y'all letting this cat get away with too much, bro. I'm about to cook
for
him
the
if he
new
don't
people
stop
that
this.
are around here.
I'm letting him get away with too much?
Yeah, he ain't answering nothing, bro.
No, see, this is the thing. Y'all know how we got a system over here. When I ask a question, the answer is given. He has a process where he's gonna bring out a source first. Then he's gonna ask you, are you familiar with the work?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about you. I ain't talking about you.
You got to concentrate through them two things.
Right.
So now we get frustrated at that point. We already like, man, what this got to do with it?
No, I'm gonna tell you what the issue is. I'm gonna tell you because he ain't making no sense. He said the Israelites mixed with the Amorites. So then the Israelites were not white. This is simple. If a group of people already exist and they mix with some white folks, that's how you get your Jews. So now the question is, are you talking about the ancient Israelites or are you talking about the modern day Jews? Next question, why are you bringing me a source from the 1700s? As Blue said, that shit is antiquated, bro. So now let's get to it. How do Israelites mix with Amorites and then that makes the Israelites black? What was the phenotype of those Israelites that first mixed with the Amorites?
Sure, no problem. I quoted the 2nd century. You said, well, why are you using sources from the 1800s?
No, answer my question about the Israelites and the Amorites first. Stop running.
Dude, I'm answering your
What was
question.
the phenotype of those Israelites?
I think he answered them. What did you ask him?
What was the phenotype of those Israelites that mixed with those white Amorites, as you call them?
I'm giving you that. Please let me finish. So I gave you a source from the 2nd century. Rabbi Ishmael's where he said the Jews of antiquity were neither Germani nor Cushi, meaning they were not white or black. They were complexion in between, which would be like Mediterranean complexion. So they weren't white or black. They were between Germani and Cushi.
So then why did you say the Israelites was white?
Because Rabbi Ishmael lived in the 2nd century. When he said that the Jews were Germani nor Cushi,
you just said they were neither. Hold on, were they mixed or were they white? That's the first question.
Again, Ishmael said,
were they mixed or white?
You gotta let him get through the answer, big dog.
No, dog, he's playing.
No, he talks like that. He's not playing. He's really like that, bro. Like that's how his brain works. He goes straight to the source.
I'm gonna get it right.
What convinced him?
Tell me, were they mixed or were they white? Because you sat up here and boldly said that they was white. Let's deal with that first.
Yeah, they don't really need the source. They just want you to
I want
tell
you to
them
tell me where they mixed
what
or
you
white.
feel, what you,
Because
from your
now you
research.
flopping. Now you
From
flopping.
your research, what is the answer to the question? You don't have to refer back to source at the source. Just tell them like they were mixed, or they were,
Jews, the original Jews before they mixed with the Amorites and other nations were Mediterranean complexion. They were between Germani and Cushi. They weren't
Okay,
black
so then
or
they
white.
weren't white then, right?
Correct.
So why did you sit up here and say with Swab that they was white?
Dude, because again, I just told they mixed with the Amorites who were white.
No,
So
you said the original.
He said the
Israelites
Amorites was white.
Swab, watch this. Swab, do you believe that the Israelites was white?
No. They were mixed people. I believe the first.
Hold on, both of y'all just said. Okay, I'll go back and run that.
I said that's what that was my shit. Like I'd be like, man, the Israelites is white. The Israelites is white, but it's been a mixed people.
Yeah, I hear some
Yeah,
waffling.
I'm talking about the BC, all that shit that they trying to push in that. They not telling us that that's us. But you could clearly look in the history in
let's
the
prove
7 AD
Swab.
and you will see that it's
Swab.
black and white people claiming Judaism or whatever. Huh?
Right. So basically we waffling a little bit. That's cool. I'm gonna get it right. Let's clean it up. All right, so let's
Nah,
clean it up.
I wanna hear him answer that question just like that. What can you answer the
Swab, can you hear me?
Yeah, you said the Amorites was white, right?
The sister, I forgot your sister's name. She
Oh,
said
you
the
want to talk to the
Amorites,
sister?
Canaanites, correct?
Huh?
She asked me the Canaanites, Amorites, Canaanites, correct?
Yeah, and Israel came out of the Canaanites, and so you're saying the Canaanites were blonde hair, blue eyed people.
Yeah, so let's prove that. Let's go to Google real quick. Big Bro Swab. I'm gonna show you what the
All right, I
time
got
is. Show where to go.
I'm gonna beat all this stupid shit up. I'm just telling you right now. I'm gonna have fun with this.
Champ is here.
Man, Afro-Asiatic. Peace to you, man. Yeah. Hey, now shout out to the champ, man. The 2021, the 2020-2021 SVDL, man. A9. Don't get it, man. You ain't just getting pressed by just any old straggler off the street. Okay, bet. I'm at Google.
Okay, type in Amorites were white.
Bet. Let's just Google Amorites were white.
I'm gonna show you where to go. Let's prove that they were white. That they were not Canaanites.
All right, bet.
Go down to where it says Phoenicia.org.
Phoenicia.org is right here. Damn. All right, shout out to these people, man.
Okay, so it says, can I read it?
Yeah.
May. Oh my God.
Hold on, let me blow it up.
Look at the first line. Look at the first line.
So go at the top. It says the Amorites and the Canaanite Phoenicians were not the same people, right? At the very top.
Read the first paragraph.
Hold on, before I read the first paragraph. The first thing it says the Amorites and the Canaanite Phoenicians were not the same people. So let's read on. It says, and I'll start at the top. The Amorites may have come of European origin, right? Like as I said earlier, though no one is sure what was their ethnic origin. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
The Amorites may have come of European origin, though no one is sure what was their ethnic origin. They were represented on the Egyptian monuments with fair skin, light hair, blue eyes, curved the hook noses, no pointed beard, and pointed beards. So as I showed you, even in the hieroglyphs, they were white. They were fair skin, light hair, blue eyes, right? And of course, the Israelites mixed with them, right? All right, let me see what else we got here. That pretty much sums up what I want to say, though.
Which Egyptian monument?
Okay, go down to where it says the claims based on. Somebody can read that.
The claim was based on. How far down was that? I don't see that. Oh, the claim was based on the biblical fiction of Noah's children and their descendants, making the Amorites related to the Canaanites or other people of the Middle East, is unfounded fiction. It as much fictional. It is much fiction.
Yeah, I don't see how this answers my question.
It is as much fictional as the fine details of a biblical story of Noah and his flood. Further, there is no proof that the Amorites were immigrants from the Arabian Peninsula. This claim is very unlikely, specifically because the Western-looking features they had. With such givens, one has to conclude that the Amorites may have come from the northern mountains beyond what is now modern Iraq, or around the Caspian Sea.
Right. So in a nutshell, the idea that the Amorites were descendants of Cain has been disputed. as
All
fiction,
right,
and they were European.
let me
I get.
respond real quick. Then I'm gonna let y'all get it back. I'm gonna let y'all
For
get it
sure.
right back. All right, here's the problem, brother. You have to really bring real anthropological sources. You're just quoting people who are quoting people, and they're not giving their sources. Now, I can go upstairs, hop on the laptop, and beat this up, and I can't do that for you. Be careful how you talk, okay? You have two sets of Amorites in antiquity, first off. You do have an Amorite that comes out of the Eurasian steppe. They end up mixing with the Mitanni people, all right? This is your attacking European clad of people. Those are the white people that come down. The Amorites that come from the Syria area, everybody in antiquity in that area were darker skinned people. They were melanated people. We can go through all of their records, all of their paintings and everything. That's why I specifically asked you, what Egyptian monument are you talking about? You didn't show me. You ran somewhere else. That's why I beat your ass in the first debate. Now, let me explain to you what you have to do better. You have to literally show us anthropological evidence. That's why Blue and Amber both are asking you, what proof do you have? You gave me a quote from Rabbi Eleazar, who is a Jew, therefore trying to explain why they're white now. And then second off, you gave us Lucius's work, but you didn't show me how he came to that conclusion. I can show you quotes. I want to show how, what dig site, what archaeological or what anthropological evidence does he have? Does he have DNA? Does he have skulls? Does he have bone fragments? What does he have? And then once again, show us that Egyptian monument. I'm not even pulling nothing out until you show me real archaeological or anthropological proof. That's what Amber's asking. That's what Blue was asking. Now I'm gonna let Afro-Asiatic beat your ass on that DNA talk. But I want you to show me some type of archaeological or anthropological proof that shows me first that the Amorites were white people, and then two, show me that these Jews that you're talking about actually come from the ancient Israelite people, because that's what I'm gonna beat somebody ass on in a few weeks from now anyway.
Okay, don't respond to that, Swap.
Big dog, what you say, fam?
Respond to that.
Respond to what he just said. Prove it.
Yeah, can I respond to that?
Oh, my bad. I was about to get into it with the chat. I thought I had a shot at the chat. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, respond to that, big dog. This your shit. You ain't gotta ask.
So
Tell them niggas let you
It
respond.
says that Eliezer said, "Yo, the Hamites were black as a raven." Right. Well, let's show this with that. We read the top because Eliezer's work has been rejected. So let's show and prove that, right? So actually, look at the towel. It actually says the raven went forth differently from other creatures, meaning that the raven originally was white and turned black. So in the original Talmud, it says that the raven, because Eliezer said the Jews, the Hamites were black as a raven. The original ravens were white and they turned black because of a mythological story of how ravens brought fire to human beings, right? So they were saying that the original ravens were actually white. The original ravens were white and they turned black later historically. So when he said that the ham was black as a raven, the original Hamites were white and they had turned black. And this is
Hey, Suave, do I gotta continue? Come on, Suave, for real.
So and I yield the floor.
I asked this man for archaeological or anthropological proof, and he's still quoting the Talmud tradition from the rabbis.
Is the Talmud archaeological?
No, not what he's saying. This is a commentary.
Hey, that's all I can think of. The Talmud is archaeological.
Right, exactly. This is a commentary.
You know what it is, though?
This is a
I think he just got it backwards.
Hold on, Blue. Hey, that's fine. But what I want, see, if I ask Blue, do you got some type of archaeological or anthropological proof to say what you're talking about? He gonna go into something. Now, if I wanted you to give me quotes from a rabbi, then I would say, what does the Talmud say? I asked you for some type of archaeological or anthropological proof. All you got to do is say you don't have that, and I'll jump off you, and I'll let everybody else beat you up.
Okay, so
man, I'm finna quit smoking.
I did quote I quoted Lucian's work, who is anthropologist.
And I asked you, where did Lucian get that information from? And you still didn't. You didn't explain it.
Before I put the cart
cart, what dig site did he get it from?
Hold on, before I put the cart for the horse.
What dig site did he get it from?
I
got you. 1 second. Let me say this real quick.
What dig site did he get it from?
Let him reply. That's not making him do nothing different.
He's gonna keep saying the same, bro. If you don't stop, I asked this nigga to show me archaeological and anthropological. He ran back to the Talmud. Everybody keep asking him for proof, and he keep running back to the same quotes.
My bad. I did say it twice.
Then who's crazy here?
I did quote an anthropologist again. I quoted Felix von Lucian's work, who is an anthropologist.
All right, watch this. Let me show you how this works. If I
Man.
quote Manfred Tech, I'm going to say based on the work that he did at Avaris. If I quote archaeologist Brian Wood, I'm going to say based on the work that he did in Canaan. If I say something about Israel Finkelstein, I'm going to say based on the work that he did in the Levant.
And I would see sense in continuing to ask you questions.
Exactly. But I get what you're saying. Why am I continuing to ask you questions? Because, nigga, I'm not gonna let that narrative. I'm not gonna let that narrative.
Hey,
ride.
my man, Anonymous. I'm sorry. I should have introduced you. This is this is Rabbi Lewis from the Solar Vision Debate League.
Yo, my bad, bro.
You debate 30-second round, and then just wrap this round up like, hey, buy my book. I'm cool, y'all.
I done cleared the panel and shit. My bad, man.
Man, the champ, dog. Ooh, heavy is the head. That was the motherfucking crowd. Hold on, here's another one.
All right.
No, Jake the Great. Jake the Smart Great.
Go ahead, get some, Mazan.
Go ahead, big dog. Get in there.
All right. Let me start with this. Now, Rabbi Lewis, are you now admitting that the Israelites or the Jews, they were not white?
I said they were neither Germani nor Cushi. They were not white or black. They were complexion, a Mediterranean complexion.
Okay, if they were a Mediterranean complexion, and you said that they were slaves in Egypt, right?
No, I said that the skull of the Negro is identical to the slaves of Egypt.
Okay, so the Negroes were the slaves, right?
Yeah, they were they were Negroes in Egypt, but they were
checkmate.
Predominantly, they were black.
Wait.
They were
okay,
black
so the slaves were black, huh?
Yes, the slaves are black. Yeah.
So the slaves were black. Okay, so the okay, isn't the biblical narrative say that the slaves that were in Egypt were Israelites?
Yes.
And you admitted that the slaves that were in Egypt were black.
Yeah, there was some slaves.
So even if the Egyptians were white, it wouldn't matter because the slaves were black. You admit the slaves were the Jews.
No, that's a logical fallacy.
No,
there were a lot of.
Hold on, which logical fallacy is it?
Right. So just because some of the
which logical fallacy is it?
I'm sorry.
Is it a
hate? Can you name the type of logical fallacy?
Is it appeal to authority? Which logical fallacy is it?
Yeah.
All right, man, I'm out. I'm good. So I'm sorry.
Hold on, don't leave. Just stay here.
Okay, that was easy. Anyway, okay, now
what else did you say? Time to write another book.
Okay. Now you said that the Amorites
do not attack his works. This is not about that. We are promoting his work. Go ahead, Jake the Great.
I asked him. I said, okay. Now you also said that the Amorites they were white.
I want to address the first thing you said about Negroes' skulls, right? Correct? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and then we can get to that Amorite white.
The same person who did this cranial study that I'm speaking of, George Morton Smith, he said that the Jews were white. So that checks my stuff. Go ahead.
He said the Jews are white, but you said the slaves that were in Egypt were black, and then the biblical narrative that the slaves in Egypt were black. So we agreed. And then you said, yeah.
Let me move out of that. The 25th dynasty was.
Let me move out of that? How do you move out of that?
Yeah, I got you. Let me respond, please. So
no, you got yourself.
Bro, please let me respond to that, please.
All right, go ahead.
So the 26th dynasty, the Nubians came in and conquered Egypt. That was either the 25th or 26th dynasty of Egypt. Okay? They were black, but would you say that they were Israelites?
So the Nubians went and conquered.
Yell at him. Be like, would you say they was Israelites?
I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that.
There, the 25th dynasty. Okay, the 26th or the 25th dynasty.
Okay, so then if the Nubians, if they were, let's say that they were black and they conquered Egypt, did they have slaves?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
You pretty sure? Okay, now what point in history was that?
That the 25th or 26th dynasty, one or the other. They conquered Egypt. The Nubians
Okay,
had
but like,
conquered Egypt.
what kind of BCE? Like when is that?
Oh, the 24, 26 dynasty. I don't know exactly of hand. But they
Oh,
conquered
all right.
the Nubians had
All right.
conquered Egypt.
Remember that he gives a people, but he don't have the time. Remember that. Okay. But what does that have to do with you saying that the slaves in Egypt were black, and the biblical narrative saying the slaves in Egypt were black? Like, how do you run away from that?
That would depend on what time in history you're in.
What time in history? Ain't that what you said? You said those were the same
Jews
Israelites
landed
that were.
Egypt all
You
in
said those were the same Israelites that were attacked and joined with the Amorites, right?
No, I said it depends what time in history you're in.
Okay. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let that one go. Now you said the Amorites and the Israelites mixed, and that's how they became white.
Yeah, George Glidion is the one who did the study, the cranial study referring to. He said the Jewish people furnish so striking an example of the permanence of a Caucasian type. Okay, it says again, this is George Glidion. He said the Jewish people furnishes so striking an example of the permanence of a Caucasian type. So George Glidion and George Morton Smith are the ones who did the cranial study. And they said the Jews were white, like 20 times a year.
Hey man, can I ask him one quick question, Mazan, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Rabbi Lewis, so are the Jews, the modern Jews that you're talking about, the Talmudic Jews, are those the ancient Israelites?
History are you in?
You say what?
What time of history are you referring to?
Okay, so
the 2nd century?
Wow. Okay. So yeah, when do we get to the Talmudic or the Talmudim? When do we first get to the Talmudim or the Talmudic belief system, the rabbinic belief system?
Okay, so the first thing you have is called the Midrash. Let's give you the date for the Midrash. That's a Jewish writing, which I quote my book, the Midrash.
What's the date?
Yeah, I'll give the date for the Midrash. The Midrash is dated to 400 AD, right?
Got you. Right.
Now you have the Mishnah as well. It's another Jewish word that I quote.
Give me that date too.
For the Mishnah. The Midrash is 400. The Mishnah was compiled in 200.
That's why he answered questions the way he answered.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna let him get it. And then give me the date for the Gemara.
So the Mishnah was compiled in 200.
Give me the date for the Gemara.
The Gemara? The Gemara?
You think I fucked with this, huh? Yeah, give me the date for the Gemara.
Sure. So the Mishnah again is dated to 200 AD. The Midrash is 400. Now the Gemara, give you that.
I hear you, y'all, Daniel. I'm going over some audio here. Go ahead. My bad.
What did you do to him?
What did you do to him?
Oh, I misspelled the Gemara. Excuse me.
No, it's cool.
1 second. I misspelled it.
Call up your miss, now we coming for
Jewish
you.
Gemara.
We coming for you. We coming for you.
Hello?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm waiting.
Yeah, the Gemara was at 500 AD.
All right, now what date is the Septuagint?
Septuagint is BC. That's around 285
right.
BC.
Okay, so now let's deal with dates, and I'm gonna let Ma'azan finish beating your ass. All right, so why are you giving us modern time period Talmudim or Talmud teachings when they clearly disagree and do not originate with Torah of antiquity or Torah of BCE?
Who translated the Talmud?
You tell me. What do you mean translated? No, there was no translation of the Talmud.
No, there was
no. There was no translation of the Talmud. What do you mean?
The Talmud is a Greek translation of the Torah, of the Bible, correct?
No, it is not. No, it
what
is
the
not,
Talmud?
sir.
What is the Talmud?
The Talmud is a compilation. What you tell me what the Talmud is?
Oh, no.
You tell me what the Talmud is. Tell me what the Talmud is.
No, excuse me. I'm thinking of the Septuagint.
Why did you just go into the Mishnah, the Gemara?
Thinking of the Septuagint.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was thinking of the Septuagint, not the.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me. I made an error. I'm thinking of the Septuagint.
All right. So good job. So now, when we talk about the soul, yeah, the Greeks translated it. Who did they translate it from?
Septuagint or the
Septuagint.
Yeah, the Septuagint was translated, but for Ptolemy around 285.
Where did they get those writings from?
It says his chosen people, which is the Alexandrian Jews.
Great, ancient Israelites, right? So now let's get back.
Jews,
so now, cool, great. So now let's get back to the point that I'm making, which is this: the Talmud cannot be the source on defining or identifying who the Israelites were, because those are not the original Israelites. Those are the people who were placed in charge after Israelites were ran out of Jerusalem. And I can prove this to you because this is why we get the school of Hillel and Shammai. We don't get Hillel until 1st century AD, pretty much. That's who comes in and starts creating the Talmud system. You have to do better, brother. You have to do much better because what you're quoting is not ancient Israelites. As a matter of fact, the Talmud tells you that you're to take the word of the rabbi over some of the teachings of the Torah. That is against Torah. How can I take something serious in the Talmud that goes against Torah?
You got stopped. You got to be stopped, Rabbi Lewis. You got to be stopped.
You out of control, bro. You out of control.
Respond to that.
Yes, sir. The floor is yours.
If you could pull up Exodus chapter 15, verse 14 on the screen. That's the
Now
best.
you run it. So you're not gonna answer my question.
Let's deal with the Bible. Let's go back to the Torah. Let's go back to the Torah and show you that you're the pot calling the kettle black.
I'm the pot calling the kettle black.
You said Ezra 3:14?
No,
Exodus 15. Let me get it real quick. I think it's Exodus 15 and 14. I got a question for this brother since he's saying.
Whoa. You got a question without answering. Wait, you got a question without answering my question.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I think he trying to catch you. You know, I'm gonna ask you a question and you be like, aha.
You got a question without answering my question.
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer. Gonna be Exodus 15 and 14 real quick in the KJV.
Exodus 15 and 14.
If you can pull it up on the screen.
Man, I'm already there, bro. I got you. Exodus 15, 14. Oh, I'm in Ezekiel because I'm so ready to beat your ass in that Amorite stuff.
Man,
I already had. I was so ready to beat him up. All right, Exodus 15, 14. I got you. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestine. That's Exodus 15 and 14.
Yeah, who named Palestinian?
The hell do that got to do with anything?
I'm making a point. Who named Palestine?
I don't know, brother. Who?
Abraham.
No, Abraham did not.
David.
Hold on. It was Emperor Hadrian. So this is talking about Moses going to Palestina. Only issue with that is Palestina was named Palestina by Emperor Hadrian around 132 AD. That was the years after Moses lived. Checkmate.
No, it's not checkmate.
Whoever wrote this, whoever wrote the Torah,
hold on.
Whoever wrote the Torah,
he got you.
Whoever wrote the Torah,
all right, okay, fine. I'll play the game. Let me respond. Can I respond?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay? The fact that this says Palestinia, and even if you want to say that this was written by Emperor Hadrian, does not change anything from what I'm talking about. The point that I made was this. Oh my God. The point that I was making was this. You are quoting Jewish sources. All right, you're quoting Jewish sources, which do not speak to the original tradition of the Israelites. All right, you have to do better. That's my only point, bro. Like, now that was horrible. All right, to say that because Emperor Hadrian came up with the term Palestinia means that this was written. So watch this. This is nuts. This is horrible. All right. So actually, this word here is peleshith. So if you want to deal with me about words, then we have to deal with the original Hebrew word. Because anything that we're reading in English comes from modern day translations. So that's what we call a slippery slope fallacy. To say that, and that's how you actually use logical fallacies, by the way. That's a slippery slope fallacy. To say that because this is written in English, therefore now it determines what is in the book to be white or Greek or whatever it is that your point is by saying that is horrible, and it falls on deaf ears. I need you once again to explain to me how these modern day Jews get to be the determining factor of the identity of the original Israelites, when even you yourself said at some time the original Israelites mixed with quote unquote European features.
My phone's dying, so I have to close out soon.
Your phone's dying.
But I have another 30 minutes. Hold on, excuse me. I have another 30 minutes.
All right, man. I'll turn it over to other people. You know, I'm sorry, brother. I'll turn it over.
Yeah, so there's a rabbi named Rabbi Asher Meza, right? Who's popular on YouTube. He said
not Asher Meza, bro. Come on.
He said that yes, the Jews went out. Well, he said the Jews were not white; they were Mediterranean, right? But we owe kudos to the Jews of today because they carried Torah this far. So you said, well,
Of
what
course,
authority do they have?
that's what he's gonna say. He's a modern day rabbi. He's a modern day rabbinic Jew. Of course, that's what he's gonna say.
Well, he said they were converts, but he did say that they owed him kudos.
Whoa! He said who was converts? Whoa! Time out. He said who was converts?
He said if you look white, you're a descendant of converts, right?
What the hell else he talking about?
Remember, Asher Messer goes on to say that we owe them kudos because they carried Torah this far. So you said, what authority
All right,
do
bro.
they have?
Hey, look, hold on, because you hurting yourself. I just want you to understand what you said. So you agree then that these modern day Jews are converts? Rabbi Asher Mesa, your source, agrees that they are converts, correct?
Well, he's sporting Arthur Coase's.
They are converts, bro. It's a yes or no.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Excuse me. One second.
Oh my God.
He's sporting the Khazarian hypothesis, which was designed by a guy named Arthur Koestler with a book called 13 Tribes.
And there's a lot about what Koestler said that is correct. I'm asking you
he's
again.
Appealing to
are
the
they
Khazarian
converts?
hypothesis.
Are they converts? Yes or no?
He's appealing to the Khazarian hypothesis.
Are they converts? Yes or no? You brought up Asher Mesa, not me. So are they converts? Are they converts?
Hold on, we can deal with that. That's a separate topic. The point is,
no, it's not. That's my topic. That's
no, you asked me a question. Your question was.
That's actually the very point that I'm making. That these people are converts, therefore not the original Israelites, so they do not have the authority to identify or define the phenotypes of the original Israelites. Especially when that phenotype starts to line up with theirs.
Of course you have authority to that, because they never witnessed slavery.
It's two AKs.
Hey, brother, are they converts? Yes or no?
He's appealing to the Khazarian hypothesis. I don't agree.
This is why I don't know Jews want to debate me, bro. All right, I'm gonna bow out.
Afro-Asiatic man was good. He got about 29% left on his phone, big dog. How you feeling? Peace to
brother Spy Boss.
Man, you already know.
Peace to you, brother. Anonymous. Peace, champ. Peace and peace to brother.
Shout out to you, King. Shout out to you, King. Go ahead and go to work,
brother. Rabbi Lewis. Peace, bro.
He wants y'all to answer that question about that J marker, though.
Yeah. Well, brother, you hear me, brother Rabbi Lewis?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
Yeah. Well, where do you said the J markers? We only find them in Europe.
I said J haplogroup is Semitic, Levant corridor.
Yeah, and what were you saying that that's a European phenotype? Is that what you?
No, I said J haplogroup is Semitic, is Jewish.
Right, but when you say Jewish, like what do you mean? Like what would we look for in your opinion, phenotypically?
Hello, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I made a statement. I said most African Americans E1B1A, correct?
Yeah, you did say that.
Can you prove E1B1A is from the Levant corridor?
Well, yeah, well, we could, but well, what's the source of E1B1A?
No, you can't, bro.
What's the source? Question, brother. Peace, brother Blue. What's the source? What I would ask my question to you, brother Rabbi Lewis, would be, what is the source of the E markers?
So most African Americans sport the E1B1A EM2 genetic haplogroup marker. So the question is, can you prove that's from the Levant corridor?
Yeah, what I'm asking you, are you aware of the source of the E markers? Do you know where the E markers originate? Where did they mutate the original E?
Oh yeah, I believe it's from the African Horn, Sub-Saharan Africa, South Africa.
You know that's not according to the popular research. It originates in the Levant, in the Arabian Peninsula.
Okay, give me the geneticist that agrees with that.
You want one off? Okay.
Give me three geneticists who agree with that hermeneutic.
That agree that it mutated in the Levant. Well, we have I'm
asking for a geneticist, not bro science, not some YouTube Negroes.
What you say?
He asked you
YouTube
for.
scholar source. I
We
don't want a YouTube source. I need 3 geneticists.
yeah, I got you. I got you, brother. Peace to you. You know, I respect your work. You know what I mean,
I
and
don't
what
respect his work, and I
what
would
you.
love to tap in on this conversation too.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him the source real quick. Brother Anonymous. It's carriers of mitochondrial DNA macrohaplogroup L3. Basal lineages migrated back to Africa from Asia around 70,000 years ago. That is BMC evolutionary biology. That's a PDF, brother.
To 3
Rabbi
geneticists.
Luke.
3 geneticists. Give me 3 names.
Right. Well, this would be a a place to begin. You know, in my opinion, to dialogue and box back from the source. Because over here at the Argument League / SVDL, that's what brothers like to do. We like to look over the information, get into it. But I scrolled down to the Eurasian origin of mtDNA haplogroup L3. That's one headline within this particular study, and the family could ascertain the information or gather it also. And then we have a second headline in bold: the Eurasian origin of Y chromosome haplogroup E. And he goes on, this group of scientists, they go on to demonstrate their opinion that haplogroup E originates in the Arabian Peninsula. Would you like me to read a portion of it to you, or
No,
do you
no, no.
want to?
I'm pressed for time, so I need 3 geneticists. Like Francis Crick, for example, who discovered DNA. His name was Francis Crick. Can you give me 3 geneticists who agree with this?
You want the doctor's? You want the doctor's names? Okay, one
No,
would
that's what
be.
geneticists name. 3 geneticists.
I'm giving you the geneticist.
That's what he give you.
I'm giving you the
That's
geneticist
what he's
name.
gonna do right now. Go ahead.
Vincenta M. Cabrera.
You had her that work? You heard her work?
No.
Rabbi Louis?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Afro.
Give me 2 more.
Patricia Marrero, Khalid K. Abu, and
You ever heard
Mero.
of their work?
No, not from what they want.
Okay, well that's 3 geneticists. Boom.
They all
As you
those geneticists, you're saying, brother Afrasiatic?
Yes, sir. Those are geneticists. I'm reading from BMC Evolutionary Biology.
Okay, we'll have to prove text that some other time. Okay, I think somebody else wanted to talk. I mean, you can
Well, I
finish that, brother.
appreciate
And
that.
I think Blue wants
No,
to
that's
say
at the end of it. Oh no, A9 did say he wanted to.
Yeah, I wanted to tap back in real quick, and then I'm gonna be real quick. Why are you saying that we need to prove that the haplogroup E originates in the Levant? Explain that to me, please.
because most African Americans are E1B1A. You guys claim to be Israelites, so that means essentially you have to prove that they came from the Levant, not sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay.
They did come from.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that mankind originated in the Levant?
No, I'm begging the question. Can you prove E1B1A is from the Levant?
Okay, so this is an either or fallacy. You're giving me a yes or no fallacy as if that's the only answer, and it's not. So then I'll pose it to you differently. Does the Bible state that mankind originates in the Levant?
No.
Great. So then why would the original markers have to originate in the Levant?
No, I never said they have. Okay,
Yes, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that these markers have to originate in the Levant, as if the original people come from the Levant. Adam was created and put into the Levant. You agree with that, correct?
No.
So Adam
But
was.
remember, there's a flood and everybody dies.
Well,
Forget
no,
that.
that's now. I don't teach a global flood. Everybody else can go play that game if they want to. You have me on record saying multiple times that that's a regional flood. Because if we're saying that this is a global flood, then why do we see civilization continue at a time period when the whole world is supposed to be flooded out? So back to my point. Hold on, Blue. You can jump in and defend me whenever you to. That one missed though, right?
Wait, stop there for a second. Let me ask you a question. How old?
No, don't ask me no questions until you answer this question.
Okay, go ahead.
So explain to me once again then, if these E haplogroup, why does this E haplogroup have to originate in the Levant if we agree that Adam, or the original man, if you're saying that, first off, do you think that Adam is the original man?
No.
Okay, great. So we both agree that Adam is not the original man. And we agree then that he was not created in the Levant. We agree with that, correct?
Correct. He was from Mecca, according to my research.
Okay, however, wherever you want to say then. So if that's the case, then why do these haplogroup markers that you're trying to lean on, and I'm gonna beat this up in a second too, why do those haplogroup markers have to originate in the Levant if everybody starts in Africa, some way, shape, or form?
The outer Africa theory has been reconstructed and debunked. But my question would be, how old is humankind? How long has humans been on the planet?
I have no idea, brother.
How old is written history?
Depends on which part of history you're talking about.
The oldest writings that we have in existence.
Which civilization you talking about? I mean, what we saying, 5,000 BCE? What we saying, 3,000?
Yeah, about 6,000 years old. So what were people doing before that?
They were communicating.
Telepathically.
Suave says telepathically. I say they were communicating in some different way, shape, or form. Which I would say either hand signals, grunts, nigga. I mean, what you want me to give you? I don't know.
Yeah, I look at us having to use tools to communicate as a regression in intelligence. I believe that we were able to communicate from brain to brain.
Okay, well, you have to substantiate that, but I mean, okay, I'll give you that. No problem.
I could. Let's debate it. Season 4.
Okay. No, hold on. I want to get to the end of this. So here's why I press you. Here's why I press you so hard on that, because you just said that these Jews that you say are the original Israelites are converts. If they're converts, then their J marker that originates, according to you, in the Levant, that marker is not the determining factor on the Israelite haplogroup. You do understand?
Of course it is, because the Arabs
it cannot be if they are converts.
No, the fact of the matter is the Arabs also have.
Are they converts, sir? Yes or no?
I just told you, Asher Meza is appealing to the concern hypothesis.
Do you agree with Asher Meza?
No, I don't.
So then, why did you quote him?
Because what I do agree with him is that the Jews carry Torah this far. If it wasn't for the Jews today, we wouldn't even have Torah anymore.
Disagree, because we have African tribes that have traditions of this that carry on well before the 2nd century temple period, right?
Like
so
who? Like who?
Like the Dag Gadmate. Beat your ass, West Africans. Stop fucking with me. Now let's keep going.
Africans,
because they migrated there. Do you need to go now? Do we need to start dealing with now? Wait, stop. Do we need to start dealing with migratory patterns? See,
hold on.
What I see happening with you is every time I start stumping your ass and beating your ass on a question, you try to 51 flip, swiggle, turn, squid back up out of it. Bro, noodle back don't work with me. Understand that. So now back to the original point. If those people are converts, because you still have not proven to me that J marker is the original haplogroup of those people, if those people are converts, which they say they are, according to even Rabbi Asher Meza, then they can't be. And I ain't even gonna ask you a question, I'm gonna make a statement. Then they can't be, unequivocally 100% cannot be the Israelites of antiquity.
All right, so let me ask you a question before I go. Didn't Jeremiah 17:4 say that Hashem said you should discontinue from the heritage and serve people in another land? So if they discontinue from the heritage, how in the hell are they keeping Torah in West Africa when the prophecy said we would discontinue from Torah? That makes no sense.
The same way of your Jews that you quote, the same way that the Jews that you quote have the same oral tradition, the same oral history. That doesn't mean that everyone would forget, because there are other scriptures that say that I have some that I've kept that have not bowed the knee to Baal.
Don't forget, they claim that they have their generations all the way to Moses somehow.
So you do understand that according to prophecy, there would be a righteous remnant that always kept Torah. You do understand that and agree with that, correct?
A righteous remnant always kept Torah. Chapter and verse.
I'll get them for you. I ain't got them right now, so I'll just say you beat me on that one, brother. Then great. Does that make you feel better? But we can debate it. Make no mistake, we can debate it.
Yeah, we could definitely get my number from Swab. We could do a part 2.
I don't need your number, bro. I know how to get to you.
Okay.
You go debate the number? Man, shout out to Rabbi Lewis for coming through, man. I appreciate you, big dog. Is it anything you want to say in closing? Make sure y'all go check out them books, man. were the Jews, Negro, or white, black, Hebrew, Israelites debunked, and Christianity or Paulinity, contradictions in Paul writings exposed. So
Yeah, I
shout out
want to
to you,
say,
man.
Alhamdulillah, it was an honor to be on your panel, so I'm a big fan of your work. Shout out to SVDL. Anonymous, give me a call. We'll set up another hangout. We can go because I barely scratched the surface. So, but like I said, check my 2 new books out. Inshallah, this is edifying.
For sure, big dog. For
Peace,
sure. I
man.
appreciate
Peace,
it.
peace.
Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up so this can be categorized and contained right here. So the brother can, use it for advertisement, if whatever you want. Let us get a shot of that patented face right quick, man. I'm gonna kill the camera. All right, man. It is the argument league, man. Black Power, Shalom, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Hotep. I say, peace, my niggas, man. We'll be right back at this. Peace out.